We're back with part 2 of the John Deere Sabre 1546. Last time, if you guys haven't watched part 1, part 1's going to be down in the description, the link for it. Go watch that so you guys can get caught up to speed. So, what we're going to be doing today, kind of a checklist. First and foremost, we're going to give this thing a bath. Pretty nasty, to say the least. And then, fire it up, put it in drive, and kind of go from there. We want to see if the deck works, see if we have a bearing out, see how the blades are. I mean, if we need to order parts, we need to order parts. And I got to get those ordered. Last video, I talked about ordering a filter. I did want to make sure we don't need any other parts before I order it. Otherwise, that just stacks up on the shipping. So, like I said, what we'll do is get this thing a bath, make it look a little better, and go from there. Alright, so I'm going to get it started with some mean green. Just kind of squirt down the whole machine, pressure wash it. I'm actually not going to pressure wash, just going to use the hose. But I'm going to time lapse it because you'll see enough during me washing it. As you guys can see, it's not perfect, but biggest thing right now is we wanted to make sure we got her cleaned off a little bit so we can see what we're working with. And I don't know if you guys remember from the first video, but down here was full of grease. We got that all cleaned up. It's a nice frame now. Alright, one thing I wanted to do is just kind of show you guys. It's going to be a little shaky for a second. See if you guys can see it down there. Oh, might be too much light. There you go. It's a 1546 gear, which means it has the 6-speed, I believe, 5-speed. So, there she is. Okay, so we'll get the jump back turned on. Do have a battery coming possibly tomorrow. Alright. Now, I did wipe off the seat, and I know you guys would rather have me sit on a wet seat and get a wet butt, but I'm not doing that. Give her a little choke. See how she starts. Well, that's a fail. Must have to move around our terminals a little bit. All right, our fuel solenoid's turning on, so let's see what she does now. All right, so what we're gonna do now is see if she does anything in terms of gears, anything like that. There's first gear. All right, got brakes. Put it in reverse. Reverse seems to work just fine. Belt even feels real nice. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna turn on the blade, which is a handle on this side of the steering wheel. I'm gonna give it a little bit more RPM. Wow, that actually turned on really smooth. That's a real good sign. So, it's not, I mean, as you guys can see on the wheel, it's really not vibrating more than, you know, a general tractor would. All right, so we'll turn that off. Turned right off, so that's nice. It ain't sticking or anything like that. All right, I mean, everything seems to work good. Now your deck adjustment's actually down here, and there's a lever right in the middle. You lift up on the big lever and push the little lever down, and that'll raise it. All right, we'll turn her off. All right, so we're actually back about a week later after I stopped recording. We got the blades in, got a filter in, so let's get her up. I'm gonna put it on time lapse while I get this thing ready. Let's get her done. All right, so get crawled under here. Now these are the new blades for it. Sten's model number is 330266. And I'll pull these blades off and kind of show you how bad they are. All right, and it is fine if when you take it off, these cups come down. It's always good to knock those down anyways to get them emptied out. But as you guys can see the difference, these blades are horrible. All right, so let's get the new ones back on. Get some of this crud out of under here. Probably gonna come through later with a scraper and get all this scraped off. Boy, there's a lot of twine in here. All right. Oh, almost did something a lot of customers do. So anytime you put a blade on, you always want to make sure the cutting edge is facing upwards. Now, as you see, I kind of got it lined up and brought down, or kind of tried to shake the blade a little bit to see if it was centered, and it is. All right, we got new blades on it. Like I said, I'm going to come through later and get that all scraped out. Let's drop the deck down, see how our belts are doing. All right, kind of like I was telling you in the first one. Right here, you push this down and lift up on this. So you lift up, push down, and it lowers the deck.
It actually looks like somebody had changed the belt recently on the deck. You can still see some of the original marking and stuff like that. Feels pretty good yet. I'm not gonna be able to get you guys up on the top side. Oh, that one feels pretty good too. So I think our belts are good. Let's get a new plug in it, which on these, plug is right here. So it should just be a 5/8. I think we took that out in the first video. So we'll get that out again, get a new plug in it. And then a lot of people don't know how to use these drains. So I will show you how to drain the oil on it. All right, so we got the new plug for it right here. Get in there and get this one out. Now you can take this off. I think it's 2 bolts, but for me it's not a big deal. I try not to take apart more than I need to. Now, if you're wondering what kind of plug we put in it, we put the same thing that was in it, which is a Champion RC12. You always want to make sure you're putting the same plug or cross-referenced plug in it. Otherwise, you can either damage the piston or it just won't run right because these all burn at a different rate. So it's always good to remember that. So next thing we'll do is we'll get that filter on. All right, so the filter we're putting on, part number is 496894. Standard Briggs filter. There is 2 of these that look pretty much identical. The difference is, I believe, a 1/2 inch. So when you measure it from here to here, it's going to be about a 1/2 inch difference. This one here is the taller one. I believe this is 3 inches across, if I'm not mistaken. I am not putting a pre-filter on it. We do not have any, and they're actually on back order. Yes, the pre-filter is nice to have, but they're not, you don't need them. And this one's kind of a little too far gone for me liking to put it on that filter. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna use this one on this filter here. Okay, so we're over here at the drain plug. First thing, pull this little cover off here. Now, some of these, if you bought it brand new, they'll have a tube that you put on this. Most time people do lose them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you guys in closer, see if you guys can see the lock. So if you guys can see the lock right there. So what you do is you twist it and you pull it out and it will start draining. Just give it a good twist. Now you don't need to have the tube on there yet if you're using something like this. But once you get it turned, put the tube on there, just pull it out. And as you guys can see right here, she's draining. It does kind of help to pull the dipstick tube off, just so it kind of breathes a little bit. All right, so we're back. We got this all drained out. Pull the pipe out, push that in, and turn it. Put your cap on. Now we'll get our funnel in there. These take, I believe, just over a quart. So we take the first one. All right, so it looks like, oh, right here. Yeah, I got one up here, but that's not. That's just from the stick. Now, so a little more. I think you're still low. Yep, so we're just at the on that, so keep it more in. All right, there we go. As you guys can see, you probably can't. There we go. She's right there. So, okay, so what we're gonna start by doing, we're gonna cut this end off here. And then, same on this side. There we go. And see how badly those were corroded. We'll get this one cleaned up. We'll get that one. That one's still pretty healthy, and it's also healthy down there. All these have is a bungee cord that holds the battery in. Get that pulled out. And now what we'll do is we'll get the new ends on these and get them fixed. All right, so we'll get this one trimmed off here. It's a pretty good looking wire in that one. Now I'm gonna run some solder in these after I get them all crimped up. Negative side. Now what I'm actually going to do is untwist this a little bit. Alright, so we're going to solder the ends here. Okay, we got that one. Just kind of want to bring it or run it over the connection. You want to make sure it gets into the wire. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this. I want it to look good. All right. Those are all soldered in. Here's the new battery. All right. Of course, put it in there backwards. Now you do always want to hook up your positive first, get that tightened down. There's that one. Alright, let's get her started up, get her backed off the lift, and then we'll turn the deck on and see if we got any shakes, noises, anything like that. Alright, we'll start it up. Turn the deck up. the hood on it, got the battery finished up. We did a tune-up tour. She's running good. As you guys can see, if you guys remember in the last video, part 1, the old hood, which I can grab for you guys, is right here. Just a nasty hood. Put a different hood on it that we had around. We are gonna get this thing cleaned up. I ain't gonna make you guys sit and watch that again. But that's gonna do it for this one. We got the Sabre all done. She looks a lot better than she did. We got her. It was it was almost to the point where it didn't even look like it was worth fixing. But now it's all cleaned up, all shined up, new blades, new tune-up. That's gonna make something be a good tractor. But I hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. Helps out the channel. Share it around. That's all we ask. Now, you guys have a great one. Stay out of trouble, even though it ain't always fun. See you guys next time.